Let's now break down for you what exactly is happening with regards to trade between India and the United States of America. It's Donald Trump and the tariffs that have hit the US businesses. Just take a look at what exactly is happening. Close to $2,400 average. That's the loss per US citizen every year. And all this because of the tariffs that have been imposed on India, a whopping 50%. Close to 5 lakh jobs will perish by the end of 2025. That is also something that will happen by the end of 2025. Close to $115 billion loss to the US economy. Whopping number that you can see here very clearly, and this is the kind of impact that these tariffs will have on the US economy. A 40% increase in shoe prices, close to 38% increase in the clothing prices. That's what we are looking at. Shoes and clothes, they will now get costlier. Now, what we are looking at, now this is the 1933 effective tariff rate. So these are the comparisons that we have done so far. Now, this is coming in from all the data that you can very clearly see. Donald Trump's tariff, and this is how it will hit the US business. Now, joining us on this story is my colleague Karishma Sudani from Business Today TV. Karishma, first and foremost, who's part of the delegation which is coming in and what's on agenda?
Well, it's the U.S. Trade Representative Brendan Lynch who will be in New Delhi for exactly 24 hours, one day. In fact, officials from Commerce Ministry were telling us that the agenda is to actually check if both the countries are ready to resume their discussions on the trade talks. As we know, it's been over a month now that there has been no forward-looking statements when it comes to trade talks, especially with the negotiations. The fifth round of negotiation was back in August and was supposed to resume in the end of August, but that did not happen, and rather there were punitive charges on India because of our trade deal with Russia. So the agenda is pretty clear that they want to check the air of negotiations and if everything is ready to get back on track.
Karishma, now coming to the million-dollar question, is there any possibility of the trade deal breakthrough that could happen today?
Very unlikely that we could come up with a quick solution on this, because as we understand that there have been a couple of sticking points between both the countries, especially on the fact that we have taken a tough stance on our agri and dairy sector. But today's meeting will rather actually shape up on to check the level of optimism between both the countries, and if we are willing to get back to the talking table and talk with flexibility, keeping in mind that some sectors which are sensitive to either of the countries cannot be negotiated upon. I think with the recent developments also on our trade deal with Russia and our dependence on Russian oil may have changed the course of negotiations and discussions, and that could now emerge as a bigger concern, priority of discussion, rather than the agri part, which US may now actually want to keep it aside and rather discuss more on the Russian oil part, as they've been keen and also have been nudging EU rather to put more tariffs on India and China because of our deal with them.
Thank you, Karishma, giving us all those details. The next 24 hours, very, very crucial with regards to trade conversations that are happening between India and the United States of America.